Hey ladies, how you guys doing today? Some of you may know me, some of you may not, but my name is Shan Grant, and I am the president and founder of the Elevation Motherhood Center. So a couple days ago, I actually posted a meme that says something of the nature to where the baby daddy and baby mama was supposed to work together as a team. And honey child, I've been getting some commentary. Okay, my sisters have been saying that that has not been their experience, and I am kind of sad by it, but I understand. Okay, so one, I want to say I truly thank you guys. Okay, I thank every single one of you beautiful queens for all the text messages, for all the phone calls. I thank you guys for trusting us. I thank you guys for trusting our team and our program and our process. Um, it means a lot that you guys would trust us, but it also confirms what we're doing here, and it confirms that we have that what we're doing is effective, and it really blesses us. So appreciate I truly appreciate you queens for just confirming that and trusting us. So that's one. I want to make sure that I say thank you. But also that this is what the page is for. Um um And by the way, our page is Elevation Motherhood Center on Facebook. So this is what our page is for. The Elevation Motherhood page is for us to be able to come together and for us to be able to vent and to have a safe place where we can do that. Our actual slogan, our motto, what we live by is that we are a safe place and a sisterhood for all mothers. So we don't believe in judging you guys, and we don't believe in condemning and bringing people down. So if that's what is happening, you can guarantee that someone from our team will definitely jump on it and make sure that that does not continue to happen, because we do not play those type of games. We are a sisterhood. We are here to support and encourage each other. And being real is the only way to get real help. So please do not be afraid to use that page. And also, it's a lot of strong women on there. It's a lot of more wiser women than me. And I just said more wiser. See what I'm talking about? It's a lot more people that's more wise than I am on that page. They have more experience than what I do, so they could give you better insight. So I don't want you to limit yourself to just me. I am just a piece of the program. But there are so many more women on that page that could be a blessing to you as well. So that's that. So now that I said thank you, now I got to shift the atmosphere, and I'm actually going to apologize now. Yeah, don't freak out though. It's nothing really big. Apologizing is actually a great thing. So I want to apologize because when I posted that meme about the baby daddy, baby mama working together as a team, whole thing, when I posted that meme, my caption was the lady with the hand like this, like, and yes, you heard me, catch me outside. Yeah, that was my caption, and I wrote the word message with the hashtag message. Then I did that. And I have to apologize because I did that. I believe it was so much. That's why it was so much of a feedback type thing too. So what I should have captioned it is, however, everything that's supposed to be isn't always what it is. And that's really what we want to talk about today. So I'm at like 4 minutes. Yep, 4 and a half. If you could give me about 5 or 6 more minutes, I'll be out your way. So, um, everything that's supposed to be isn't always what it is. So many times we've eaten some food thinking it's supposed to be one way and it's not. We have drinking Kool-Aid, perfect example, and thinking that it was supposed to be sweet, and somebody did not do something right, and it is bitter and dry at that. So there have been definitely been times where we have experienced things that should have been that were not. We are literally half the relationship. And yes, before we go any further, yes, I say relationship, and I'm going to continue to say it. I don't mean that we're dating I don't mean that it's an intimate type thing. You can guarantee it's nothing going on between me and Casey Daddy. But at the same time, he's one person, I'm one person, and we have to come together at some point to be able to raise our child. So our relation, the thing that relates us is our child, and then we do it together. So we are now in a relationship. Very simple, very understandable. So we are not intimate. So we are half the relationship. So being half the relationship gives us control over at least half of the outcome of the relationship. So we may not have full control because we are not both people, but because we are at least half this relationship, then we have control over half of the outcome of the relationship. And by this I mean over half of the outcome. So we have a neighbor that is just consistently starting drama, bringing police to the neighborhood, always playing loud music, just a bad example. So you go over one day and you decide to knock on the door, and they answer the door and they're just absurd and they're being rude and they're cursing and they got their finger in your face, and you begin to respond in the more positive way, in the more peaceful way. You say, you know what, well, this might not be a good night, or however you decide to handle it, but you don't respond back on their level. And then guess what? You have now taken control over your portion of that situation, of that outcome. And we can do the same thing when it comes to the and we can do that same thing when it comes to the father of our children. We don't have to just be this weakling that has no power, that has no say so, that allows him to come and go and do what he wants to do, and do what he wants, do what he pleases, and have his way. We don't have to be that woman. We don't have to be that woman that allows him to make a phone call that interrupts our entire day, that aggravates our entire mode. We don't have to be that woman. We can take control over at least our half of the outcome and say, you know what? I'm taking my peace. I'm taking my joy. Not today. Not this season. Not even this decade, boo. Bye. But while we are speaking on their negativity and everything that they could possibly do wrong, I want to ask you as the frustrated mother, because you are my sister. I want to ask you as the mother that has said, you know what, I hate him. I'm not dealing with it no more. I can't stand him. I wish I never had my child with him. I can't believe that's the one. The one that has not come to grips with this is your reality now. The one that can't even stand to see him text or call. It's just like making your skin crawl. I want to ask you, because you are my sister, and that's how we rock and we roll. You know, we make sure that we sharpen each other. So I want to ask you, what are you sowing into the relationship to see a different outcome? And when we think sowing, it's always giving. I don't mean giving him money. I don't mean making sure he got gas. I don't mean buying him shoes for the club. I don't mean going and buying him a new piece for his car because he riding out. I don't mean any of those retarded, unnecessary, foolish things. What I mean is that making sure that it's a peaceful atmosphere. So when he brings the child home, do you come outside with water? And it's he's been riding across expressways and bridges. You never know. He may be thirsty. At least offer something to drink. Um, um, do you pray for him? I know everybody's not going to pray. I get that. But I have never been able to pray for someone that I hated. As a matter of fact, I have learned to use that as a tactic for people who come against me to not be able to build up a hate for them. It's very awesome. And the more you pray for people, the more you will genuinely become concerned with them. So the hate just blocks itself out. So you don't have to worry about walking around with hate trying to pray for people for 10 days straight. It's not possible. You have to be a very selfish person. I'm sorry, sister. So I would say, do you pray for them? And consider this, that, the power of life and death is in our tongue. So, what do you speak about them? What do you speak about them? It could it be that you have spoken negative and now you're seeing your words come to pass? Now, I'm just asking the question. Please don't jump through the screen and beat me up, okay, y'all? I am just asking questions because I want to challenge your mind to make sure that we are growing as women as well, because it's so unfair to just place the blame on them. It's so unfair to just look at them. In a minute, we're going to discuss something else, but I definitely want to make sure that we understand that we have to sow into them, and because we have to sow it's because we definitely have to consider our roles, which is where I'm going. We have to consider our roles, acknowledge what we did, consider the things that he showed us, consider the things that we saw, and consider everything that we ignored. My own personal story, y'all know I don't mind talking about me. It is what it is. I'm a beautiful warrior and I wear it. But my story, I was 23, maybe 22, but I had a car, maybe my third or fourth one at this time. I had a house. I had an apartment. I had been in there for about a year and a half, but I had been on my own for a while. I had a job. I had been at UPS for about 5 years at this time. Casey's dad did not have a car. He did not have a job. And he did not have a place. So when you think about it, in reality, it was just dumb. I mean, who was smart? It wasn't me. He was smart. He was smart. I was the one. I was the one like Boo Boo the fool, run around just having a good time. Oh, that's my boo, that's my bae. And I looked up, honey, and I was pregnant, and he was gone. But can I be mad with him? No. And I tell you why. I have 3 awesome reasons, okay? My first reason is because he did show me who he was. I decided to ignore it. Now, that's number 1. I have to consider my role, acknowledge my role. 2, because I have a beautiful, beautiful daughter now. I mean, my daughter, Jacayla Grant, a.k.a. Michelle Gabrielle, she is a rock star. I mean, like, it's amazing the way God has, attached us and blessed us to have such an awesome relationship. But it's been super dope. And then my last reason is because I've learned. I mean, I've learned a lot, and I've learned, and it's just awesome, so I've not only been able to help myself sustain, but I've been able to help other women along the way. So I have learned a lot, and that is absolutely okay. Like, I take all that positive and I use that to fuel me. I drop all that negative weight and I say, everything that is not true, everything that is fake news. Sometimes we have to do that. Sometimes we have to really get in our head and counteract all those negative thoughts. That's not true. That's fake news. That's only half the truth. That really didn't happen. But this came out of this. We have to be so positive that the negative gets eaten up, So hey, Facebook child, how y'all doing today, child? So yeah, we do not want to get caught up in that cycle and not be able to give out any positivity, because bitterness and anger, it will turn into hate. And we do not want to be the mother that absolutely hates life, that because it will make you miserable. What I personally believe is that and this is just my belief, I think that the mother that actually says that she hates him, the father of her child, and accepts that and admits it and leaves it there, I think that somehow, I've seen it happen, somehow everything that you hate in him goes into your child and it's amplified. Like that thing you hate about him, it amplifies in your child. That same characteristic. Like he may walk just like him. Like, oh, I hate the way you walk. What is that? You know, it's like what? But this is not for us to build a hate towards our child, but it's to show us how what real love is, because we will love our children through all those same characteristics. And when they do something crazy, it's like, oh, I can't stand you, but that's my baby. Oh, you know, oh, that mama baby, that's mama baby. And we'll love them through that. But we'll look at that man and treat him like he's the scum of the earth for having the exact same characteristic. So in reality, what you hate about him, if you accept that, is going to be in your child. This is my personal belief. It'll be in your child and it's going to be amplified to the max. So it is so good, my sister, to go ahead and make peace with that thing that you can't stand about him. If it is the fact that he fooled you, hey, it happens to the best of us. Come on, let's hug. Let's hug it out. Let's hug it out, sister, but we got to move on. We have to move on. We cannot sit there. We can talk about it. We can cry about it if you need to. But we cannot allow bitterness and anger to turn into hate and have us sitting in the room bitter for the rest of our life because of one hiccup. We have got to drop this thing right where it is, pick up all the positive, and take off running. You have a beautiful child that's looking up to you, whether you have a child or children. You could have 15 of them right now, sister. They are looking up to you. So they're in that peaceful atmosphere. Please make sure that you acknowledge your role. It's so unfair to place the blame and be that baby mama. Be that, because that's what they are, the baby mamas, the one that pop up around the house starting drama all the time, cussing people out, looking a mess. You know, the ones of us who have to cuss him out every time and hang the phone up in his face and slam the door in his face and tell the children that he ain't no good. That's a baby mama, and that is what we don't want to be. That is what we don't want to be. So it's unfair of us to be that way and then expect him to actually come into our atmosphere peacefully as well. So we need to make sure that we create that atmosphere that he will respect and that he can come in peacefully. So yeah, if you would like to be in on what we do over at the Elevation Motherhood Center, you can always follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is the Elevation Motherhood Center, or you could simply send us an email at tmhcjax@gmail.com. Again, that is the MH Motherhood C Center Jax JAX @gmail.com. My name is Shan Grant, and it's better to find me on there because my real name is Shankula Unique Grant, and you probably need me to say it again already, so it's okay. You can just find me and the rest of our team on the Elevation Motherhood Center page on Facebook. So I hope that I've said something that will bless you ladies. I really wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and crank the truck up now and go to the house because it is that time for me. So you ladies have an awesome day. You guys be beautiful, be fierce, and do not forget to be awesome mothers. Love you. Later.